Sometimes we don't ever think that life can change. We think that it's always going to stay the same. There are no surprises that we can't handle. But you see, that's man's greatest mistake. It's thinking that he is in control of it. It's not the case. You see it today. Everything that we have, everything that we've created, everything that we've worked so hard to build, nature couldn't care. It doesn't have an opinion. It's not for us. It's not against us. It is us and we are it. Some of my videos has been speaking more of the consequences and the dire circumstances that we're in. That sometimes we don't focus on the good. You see, when our lives are upended and we're just thrown out into the wind, it's really easy to become bitter and angry because you don't understand what's going on. But in the time that we've been shut down, our ozone layer has been healing. We have clear waters, dolphins swimming in areas that haven't been seen in almost a century. See how quick she heals. So maybe it's an understanding that we need to get back to the basis of what it means to be a human being. Humanity is not experienced in a phone. It's not experienced online. It was never meant to be that way. And you see, we're learning that again. We're learning what it's like to have true community and to understand that life is fickle, that nature doesn't have emotions, she doesn't get angry, she doesn't get vengeful. She just does her stuff for the sake of doing her stuff. There's no reason to have an explanation. That's a human thing. You see, we have superimposed ourselves into this grand universe, and we have created definitions and labels because we are terrified of that which we do not understand. And the truth is, that's all of life. That's why you're so confused. We're trying to make sense of the senseless. The sense of the universe is that it makes no sense. And that's makes perfect sense to me. So we're looking for answers, right? We're looking for someone to blame. How myopic. How small. We're so worried about tomorrow that we've forgotten about yesterday. Today doesn't even exist. You ignore today because you're not in any current, clear, and present danger. It's always tomorrow. Well, there is no tomorrow. It doesn't exist. The moment tomorrow gets here, it's today. You are always living in the now. This is a message of encouragement. This is a message of emboldening you. Because for every bad, there is a good. It is all of life. Without sickness, you wouldn't know what health was. Without pestilence, you wouldn't know peace. Without famine, you wouldn't know what it means to be full. These are the things that creates the middle way. A lot of people have tried to explain Buddha and what he meant by the middle way. Buddha once had a realization by the side of a river once. He saw an old man floating down this river, and he was playing an instrument, and this man was playing something that Buddha had never heard before, and it was just literally music to his ears. And then he had this realization looking at the man playing the instrument, and he said, if you tighten a string too much, when you pluck it, it will break. If it's not tightened enough, it will buzz. You must find the balance between being too tight and too loose. And that is the middle way. And the middle way chooses no path. The middle way just is. It is going with the flow of life. It is understanding that what is bad today cannot be known to be bad tomorrow. All we have is now in this moment. Don't squander it worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow. Worry about what happens today. And what do I mean by that? About not knowing if tomorrow will be bad. I'm going to end this video with a parable. There was once a Chinese farmer who lived in the rural community. One day his horse got out and just ran away. Being that it was a small community, all of his neighbors came over and said, "What terrible luck to lose your only horse. What are you going to do? It's horrible." And the farmer said, "Maybe." Well, the next day when he got up, he realized that the horse that had run away came back and brought with him 4 wild horses. The man went from 1 to none to 5. And again, all of his neighbors came over at the end of the day and they said, "What great news. What great luck." The Chinese farmer said, "Maybe." Well, the next day, his son tried to break one of these horses, and the horse was just a little too wild, so he reared up, and the son fell off and crushed his leg. It was bad. At the end of the day, all of the neighbors came and said, "What terrible news for your son. What are you ever going to do? What bad luck." And the Chinese farmer said, "Maybe." Well, the next day, army conscriptors came and knocked on this Chinese farmer's door looking for soldiers, and they rejected his son because of his broken leg. And again, at the end of the day, all the neighbors came in. This time they were super ecstatic. They were like, "What joyous news that your son doesn't have to go to war." And the Chinese farmer, he chuckled and he said, "Maybe." You see, what is bad today it can't be known if it's bad tomorrow.